Today, we face new dangers of unprecedented scale. The threat of nuclear conflict is greater than at any point since the height of the Cold War. As those who've led nations, brokered peace, and dealt with crises at the highest level, the elders understand how fragile this moment is. Geopolitical tensions, emerging technologies, and collapsing safeguards are combining in ways many don't fully grasp. And yet, we know that a nuclear-armed world is not inevitable. Nuclear weapons are a human-made threat with a human-made solution. 80 years ago, the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked the dawn of the nuclear age. Since then, we've repeatedly come close to catastrophe. There have been moments of reckless escalation, like the Cuban Missile Crisis or the India-Pakistan confrontations, and unsettling false alarms. In 1979, NORAD Systems misidentified a missile launch drill for a real-world attack by over 2,000 Soviet missiles. In 1995, Russia's early warning system mistook a Norwegian weather rocket for an incoming nuclear strike, leading Boris Yeltsin to activate his nuclear briefcase. Disaster was averted by human hesitation. We've been extremely lucky to avoid horror. But the absence of horror should not breed complacency. Today's nuclear powers are expanding, and it's not just the sheer number of warheads. The United States, Russia, China, and others are modernizing their arsenals, developing new hypersonic missiles, submarines, and bomber planes, all while the integration of artificial intelligence into military systems risks sidelining the human judgment that has historically prevented catastrophe. In theory, these stockpiles exist to deter war. In practice, nuclear states reject no-first-use policies, China being the only exception. Nations continue pouring billions into these weapons, diverting funds from healthcare, education, or climate action. In 2023, 9 countries spent $91.4 billion, more than double the amount required to eradicate world hunger by 2030. Meanwhile, the long-standing taboo is eroding. What was once unthinkable is openly threatened. Some speak of so-called tactical weapons, usable devices, often many times more powerful than those dropped on Japan. The international treaties and agreements that once served as guardrails are collapsing. Arms control agreements, like the START Treaty between the United States and Russia, are non-functioning and set to expire. Nuclear risks are growing. 22 countries have weapon-making materials, and demand for nuclear weapons is growing. More weapons, fewer protections, and more fingers on the button equals more risk of disaster, by design or by mistake. The Elders was founded to deliver hope, speak hard truths, and demand better from power. This is one of those moments. The threat of nuclear conflict isn't just a problem for presidents, generals, and policymakers. Leaders act when they know we care. Public pressure and diplomatic engagement successfully reduced global nuclear stockpiles by 80% since the Cold War peak. Civil society forced dialogue, halted tests, and froze arms races. Every voice raised helps push decision-making towards restraint, dialogue, and change. Disarmament is not naive. We can choose a safer future.